So what is glutathione? A small tripeptide, that is, it is made of 3 amino acids, glutamic acid, cysteine, and glycine, with many crucial functions for the body, such that the cells cannot live without it. It is present in the food that we consume, but it is poorly digested, and therefore it's a poor source for us. It is fortunately manufactured by our cells, and especially our liver. Okay, so this is the glutathione molecule. The chemical short form of GSH, and the G refers to the bulk of the molecule, with the SH referring to the 2 atoms at the top there, the yellow sulfur atom and the hydrogen attached to it, the thiol or sulfur hydride group, which gives glutathione its versatility and its power, but unfortunately also makes it fragile because the sulfur there is fragile. Okay, so these are the major functions of glutathione. For a long, long time, we knew that it's the most important antioxidant for the cells and therefore the body. It's a very powerful anti-inflammatory agent, very powerful immune booster and modulator, a very powerful detoxifier, and a versatile signaling molecule, and many, many more functions. But for this session, we'll talking a lot more on its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory functions. And among its other functions include its role in DNA repair, in cell division, in protein synthesis, and more are being discovered. Okay, when we focus on its role as an antioxidant, then we know that antioxidants are to fight free radicals and to prevent oxidative stress, because oxidative stress is the underlying oxidative stress causes aging, diseases, and cancer. And for a long, long time, glutathione is the superhero or the master antioxidant. And then the signs of aging, diseases, and cancer moved on to inflammation. But first, let's look at the glutathione's role as an antioxidant first. So antioxidants work as a team, and the team has a leader in the cell, and each team member works at a specific part of the cell. And these are the 5 most important antioxidants for your cell, and they're called the network antioxidants, and they are glutathione, alpha lipoic acid, coenzyme Q10, vitamin E, and vitamin C. And the most important, of course, is glutathione. That's why it is called the master of all the antioxidants. So when the signs move to inflammation as the underlying cause for aging, diseases, and cancer, it was found that glutathione also plays a major role, because earlier on I have mentioned that glutathione is a very powerful anti-inflammatory agent. Okay, and at the same time, oxidative stress that's related to free radicals is also a major cause of chronic inflammation. So you can see glutathione is doubly involved in the prevention of diseases and cancer, and in the prevention of premature aging. We all have to age at a normal, healthy rate. But if you have excess free radicals, or if you have oxidative stress and you have excess inflammation, then you'll be aging at a faster rate. So when you have a combination of both oxidative stress and inflammation, of course, your aging will be accelerated and you are more prone to diseases and cancers. As you can see how the two gives a vicious cycle. Oxidative stress causes inflammation, inflammation causes more oxidative stress, and all this causes cellular damage and aging and disease and cancer. So this is a list of 27 scientifically proven health benefits of glutathione. I'll just focus on the top three. Glutathione is proven to fight oxidative stress, proven to fight inflammation, and it's a proven anti-aging agent. So all the others, we just quickly go through. This is in fact an old list. So by now, probably a lot more need to be added. And because of its many roles, studies have shown that glutathione can prolong life. Studies clearly show correlation between high levels of glutathione activity and longevity. In particular, two studies. The first one showed that higher levels of active glutathione, that is the GSH, or the reduced form of glutathione, were found in individuals, in healthy individuals, aged 100 to 105, compared to those who were 30 to 40 years younger. And another studies, prospective studies that followed women aged 60 to 103, they followed for 5 years and found that those who had high concentrations of glutathione in the blood were those who lived long. I mean, they were the last to die. Okay, with that background of what glutathione is and what's the importance of glutathione and how it's related to aging, diseases, and cancer, and also on longevity. So what happens if our glutathione is low or deficient? Of course, we expect diseases, including the top diseases: heart attack, stroke, cancer, diabetes, top killer diseases, and many other diseases. More than 100 diseases and disorders have been studied and found to be associated with having low levels of glutathione. And in fact, glutathione is involved in almost all known diseases. All right, when you look into the studies of glutathione and almost any disease, you will find a correlation, a role of glutathione. Glutathione deficiency may directly be a cause or factor in the development of the disease, or glutathione depletion may be the reason for the worsening and the failure to reverse and recover from the disease. All right, it may not be the cause of the starting, right, but it may be the reason why your body cannot reverse the disease. So glutathione is crucial for the maintenance and promotion of health of all our organs. Okay, the bad news: glutathione is produced in our body in sufficient amounts when we were young. But after age 20, as part of our programmed aging, glutathione levels go down, the production goes down by 10 to 15% every decade. So by the age of 40, you are 20, you're 30% down. By age of 60, you're 40 to 60% down, which means you are now exposed to oxidative stress, to excess inflammation, to excess toxins, and to reduce immunity and reduce signaling capacity, plus many, many more. Your DNA is then, your protein synthesis is affected, your DNA repair is affected, cell division is affected, etc. Now we focus on this role on fitness, all right, glutathione and physical fitness. So what happens to your glutathione level when you exercise? Okay, the cells, the body and the cell will respond. Glutathione production goes up to help fight the excess free radicals produced from the enhanced metabolism. Okay, this is of course provided you are young, healthy, and have sufficient glutathione precursors and cofactors. After intense and sustained exercise or sports activity, the increased production is usually insufficient to cope with the demand, resulting in oxidative stress and inflammation, especially in older and unhealthy people. Okay, so remember that when you exercise, which is good, right, then glutathione production goes up because the demand goes up with metabolism. Glutathione is required. But if you you do very intense exercise or for long duration, then the production may not be enough to cope with the demand, especially if you're old and unhealthy. Then you suffer from oxidative stress and excess inflammation. Studies show that exercise is helpful in maintaining or increasing antioxidant levels, especially glutathione. Completing a combination of both cardio and circuit weight training increases glutathione the most, compared to completing diet or weight training alone. Okay, that means you do both. By the way, I just saw a video of a health expert advising that when you do go to the gym or do your own exercises, do the circuit or the weight training first and then the cardio. All right, that means I also have been doing the wrong combination all this time. It is automatically when I go to the gym, I go step out on the treadmill first and do the cardio. Then after that, they do the weights and resistance. The reason being, our body stores our energy in the form of glycogen and fat. So always, the glycogen will be utilized first, and then only the fat. So you want to take advantage of the fat. The glycogen is much easier and faster converted to energy, to glucose, than fat. So when you do the weight, all right, the weights are intense, all right, short bursts and intense. So you need fast conversion of energy. Whereas the cardio usually at a lower intensity but prolonged. So that is nice for to use the fat as the energy source. So these experts really help us from their understanding. So from now onwards, I'll be doing the weights first and then the cardio. Okay. However, athletes who overtrain without maintaining adequate nutrition and rest may be at risk of decreased glutathione production or glutathione deficit despite increased production. To make glutathione, we also need, apart from sufficient precursors, especially cysteine, we also need the cofactors, vitamins B6, 9, 12, and selenium. So remember, if you indulge in sports and exercise, you are producing excess free radicals and you are at risk of inflammation, and of course, the physical injuries from the sports, depending on what kind of sports you do. Some even like badminton, there's a lot of jumping, so there's a lot of stress and maybe micro injuries, which you don't feel when you're young, but will show their impact when you're old. So that's why many athletes suffer in old age, whereas those who were not sports people, they continue having healthy joints right into old age because they never stretch their joints. Okay, so the point is, then you are at risk of aging faster, including the aging of your joints especially if you don't have enough antioxidant and anti-inflammatory protection. And glutathione is essential for both antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. How does glutathione help in exercise, fitness, and athletic performance? Glutathione boosts energy production, improves heart health and circulation, improves oxygen delivery to muscles, reduces injury to muscles and joints, that is the wear and tear, by antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and detox actions, helps recovery from physical and emotional stress, and improves sleep, which is important for rest, repair, and recharge. And why is glutathione important in energy metabolism? Just now, the first on the list was it improves energy production, right? Beyond that, we need to know it plays a crucial role in the entire energy metabolism. Oxidative stress interferes with energy metabolism. Inflammation interferes with energy metabolism. Toxins interfere with energy metabolism. And all the above are reduced by glutathione. Okay, so you can see glutathione can protect the efficiency of our energy metabolism in multiple ways. In addition, glutathione acts as a signaling molecule in energy metabolism. It protects mitochondria from damage and enhances its energy production function and fat burning. The lack of glutathione may make you become tired, feel lousy, and have brain fog. High glutathione levels will make you energetic, boost performance, enhance recovery, protects from oxidative damage, and protects from long-term degenerative damage. Okay, so this is another list of glutathione benefits. As you can see, many of these are relevant to the topic of our discussion, which is fitness, exercise, sports. So number one, of course, it increases energy, improves athletic performance and recovery, reduces muscle and joint discomfort, improves mental focus and clarity, detoxifies the liver and cells. The toxins also interfere with energy production, remember? Reduces the effects of stress, improves mental focus and clarity, mentioned just now. All right, slows down the aging process. Okay. So with the importance of glutathione overall and specific for fitness, exercise, and sports, and knowing that as we age, glutathione goes down, now let's look at how to increase glutathione. And the first thing to remember again is that glutathione taken orally is not well absorbed. It's a fragile molecule that just gets digested. So what do? Scientists have found out that we can help our cells reboot its rate of manufacturing glutathione, and the scientists find out that all you have to do is to provide the precursor cysteine. You can provide all three, but only cysteine is crucial, or it's called the rate limiting precursor, because the other two, glutamic acid and cysteine, glutamic acid and glycine, are usually sufficient in your diet unless your diet is severely protein deficient. Okay, so to increase our glutathione levels, we need to help our cells to manufacture more glutathione, and we do this by providing the glutathione precursors or boosters. The most important precursor is cysteine, and the best source available on the market now is RiboCeine. So what is RiboCeine? It is a molecule made of two natural components, D-ribose and L-cysteine. So the actual molecule name is D-ribose L-cysteine, shortened to ribocysteine and trademarked as RiboCeine. Okay. So then the cysteine is stable, can withstand the stomach, then can go down and be absorbed and then utilized by the body, by our cells to make glutathione. And the ribose, which is used to stabilize the cysteine, is also useful as it is then used by the cell to make ATP, the energy carrying molecule, and ATP itself is needed in the synthesis of glutathione, apart from being important in all our cells for that requires energy to function. Okay. All right. We mentioned that RiboCeine is 300% better than NAC, the next best precursor in boosting glutathione. And the reason, in my opinion, is because RiboCeine has ribose apart from the cysteine, which then increases the ATP production. And you can see on your right that the synthesis of glutathione using the cysteine that is provided by RiboCeine and the glutamic acid and the glycine coming from the diet. The whole process requires ATP. So you can see at least both parts of the synthetic process requires ATP. So since RiboCeine provides ATP, then the synthetic process is very much enhanced. Okay, so again, because of the ribose, you have a bonus, right? So glutathione itself boosts energy production. Now you have ribose, which then increases the ATP, will give more energy to our cells. Okay, so ATP means more energy and better heart health because the heart consumes the most ATP. It is a muscle, an organ that cannot rest. Okay. So this is the ATP molecule. So you can see ribose is in the center, just right. Cysteine is in the center of the glutathione molecule. Ribose is in the center of the ATP molecule, right? So it is the most important component of ATP, whereas cysteine is the most important component of glutathione because it carries the sulfhydryl group. So with the added ATP from ribose, then you have better heart and health muscle because of the improved blood flow, enhanced recovery, and protection from stress and overexertion. Plus, therefore, for health and fitness, it means better performance, endurance and stamina, faster recovery from fatigue, prevents or relieves soreness, stiffness, cramps in the muscles during and after exercise. Okay, in fact, ribose is so important for the heart. Many cardiologists who believe in nutrition prescribe ribose to their heart patients to help the blood flow in the ischemic heart, to help recovery from heart attack and heart surgery, and to improve heart function and quality of life in their heart patients. Okay, so that completes the presentation on the role of glutathione in fitness. I should talk about future fitness. So if you're not fit yet and you want to get fit, then load yourself glutathione for the reasons that we have mentioned. So there are two products that are based on RiboCeine. Max one is 100% RiboCeine, and Celgevity is RiboCeine plus 12 other ingredients which have many other health benefits, which make Celgevity an anti-aging powerhouse, right? Both are good for maintaining your health and fitness, and Celgevity will give added boost. So thank you very much.